Good morning. Good morning. How are you? I hope this is working. Yeah, it seems to be working now. How are you? I hope you're safe and well after what has been an extraordinary week here in the UK. There's been all sorts going on. We are living in historic times that most of us have not seen before. And at the same time, work seems to be ridiculously busy for a lot of us. Last week, I didn't do a video. Our newsletter was all about trying to come to terms with the news. This week, the newsletter is sort of back to normal, but we do have some royal information as well. So on with the work stuff first. First of all, there's a big change coming in how cosmetics information is to be put forward in the UK. And I'm just putting a link here. Many thanks to Frisia Day of Connect for Compliance, who spotted this and who has put this out there. It's one of these things where it's going from send information in via email or PDF or whatever to there's going to be an online form that you use instead. And she's got some tips on what to do if you're partway through the process. So if you are in cosmetics, I think it's really useful. And thank you, Frisia. The second thing is a real under the radar beast. Phil Rowley, thank you so much for sending this through. It has been done in August and it's only in September that ECHA have actually announced that they've got another 9 SVHC intentions out there. So let me just put a link below this video. As you know, I'm not about 9 new SVHCs proposed. Not very good at typing and talking, as you know, but that's the link there. And again, this is classic ECHA behavior, only announce things a month after. So if you're waiting for a public announcement from them, the time you have to comment on this is reduced. It's not really playing fair, is it? However, we are where we are. And I mean, even ourselves in such a tiny business as TT Environmental, we were due this week to start the accountability program next round for CLP Mastery, which is our big online training course for everything to do with CLP. I mean, it's grown so much. You've got access for a year. You go through it on the accountability program over an 11 or 12 week period. So, but you can do that more than once in the year. It's not just about classification and safety data sheets now. It's also really about an introduction to product stewardship for chemicals. But I digress. Anyway, we were due to start this Wednesday. And literally, I hadn't the heart. I did not have the heart to put that out. So we had to postpone that. And that's now starting on the 28th of September. And I'm going to put a link to that just in case anybody's interested. Yeah, it's an enrollment page, but that's where the information is. So, and if you are interested, then drop me an email or a direct message or whatever, and I would be happy to show you around. That's going in there. But yeah, everything's kind of discombobulated with the Queen dying, isn't it? And like I say, we are in historic times because it's been so long since anybody has lived through this. My mother is old enough and she can remember the coronation. Everybody remembers the coronation, but not so many people remember, because they were mainly children at the time, what it was like when the king died and the king's funeral and things like that. And at the time as children, they would have been kept away from all of that. It was a lot more of an adult thing, was that back in the day. Children were protected more from that kind of thing than I think they are sometimes these days, at least. So we've got to do a reason to be cheerful, and it's got to be a royal one. And I thought I'd do something. We put several in the newsletter this week, but Mike said, no, the best version of God Save the Queen in his opinion. So we have to have Brian May. I mean, just how cool is that? Brian May on the roof of Buckingham Palace for the one of Her Majesty's many jubilees. So I'm putting the link in below this video now. So yes, it's all change here in the UK, isn't it? New stamps, new coins, new passports. Goodness knows what it's going to be like. But you know, we are where we are, and God save the king. Whatever you're doing this weekend, I hope you have a lovely weekend. If you're taking the day off for the Queen's funeral on Monday, I'm sure it's going to be really emotional. We're taking the day off because it's a historic moment. Whatever you think about the Queen personally, and I'm a huge fan, particularly of the way she kept her duty, then it's an enormously important day in the life of the country. I hope that we all get through that one safely, basically. I'm sure we will. And see you again next week, when we will really be starting to come to terms with how the world has changed. Take care of yourselves. Bye.